And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Cap. Welcome to CoinClick's Tarot. My name is Coy, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at in this round of reads is going to be your one-to-one for the month of October. One-to-one reads is a style of reads I do where it examines a direct relational dynamic between point A and point B, you and another person. So as a caveat to this reading style, the first thing I would like to say is that I don't really like to call them love reads, mainly because they're not always lovely, right? At times, even beyond the butterflies, we've got to look at all dynamics of relationship. That's the first. The second, they ain't always got to be about love. Trust me, especially with some of the reads that I've seen so far, they do not always have to be about love. I promise you. It could be even beyond intimate partner relationships. It could be about friendships, family, even somebody that you're meeting for a business investment or somebody that you just met, right? It just examines the most prevalent relationship between this person and that person, a one-to-one. So as a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. Even if it gets tough at times, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, would never purposely misguide you. That's not the type of readings that I do. I'm not here to, puff and blow smoke. That's not my type of gig. I'm just here to help. Let's have this conversation. So follow along with me today in your read, Capricorn, your one-to-one for the month of October. Let's see what the cards say. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Capricorn in the one-to-one read. What are the cards that we need to see for Cap in the one-to-one read today? You're going to be on this side. They're going to be on this one. So on this side, Four of Swords. I can breathe easy, right? I'm in a state of relaxation about this, whatever that means to me. On their side, the Three of Swords, the notion of heartbreak and remorse. Okay, well, it is what it is, ain't it? We're having a dynamic where you come to peace, where they come to heartbreak, right? So what about this is bringing you peace that regardless of what they feel, this is how it is and this is what we're moving with? Okay, fair enough. Everybody has their reasons. I'm not trying to say good, bad, or otherwise. So let's now look at the fronts and backs. Fronts and backs indicating now that we got two people on the board. Fronts, what is directly being said and communicated between us. Backs, what's not being immediately illuminated, what's being held behind, right? Show us cards that we need to see, please, to find the fronts and backs for Capricorn in this read. What's going on with Cap? Define this one-to-one for Capricorn. So, going over. Okay. The Empress, the most productive, the most elevated, the best version of me. The Five of Pentacles. Oh, okay, that's why you're relaxed. We're going to get into that in a second. I like that for you, but we'll discuss. On their side? Yep, I had a feeling. Two of Cups, a more intimate partner bond. Well, what about us? Well, behind their back, the Sun. And if it worked, then why didn't it work? That's, I guess, what my biggest question is right now. Talking about, I think I want to be fair to them in your read because it'll also explain what's going on over here with you, Cap, right? For your person, whatever this connection was between you and them has made them the happiest that they were, right? I think they downplayed, even in the dynamic of however long this bond between you two lasts, just what it meant to them and what they wanted for it. And that is fair. That's why the heartbreak's coming out. That's why the remorse is coming out. It doesn't exactly equate for you on your side because you didn't exactly see it. So that's the first part. Secondly, for you on your side, the best version of you, if we are what we said we were cracked up to be, then why do I feel left out? At the heart of the matter, we cannot, constantly downplay You say we're such a good parent, we're such a good ideal, whatever, but why do I feel like I'm constantly left out and left on my own? Right? The highest elevation of the you now suggesting with that Empress, no, this is what I'm really feeling. I'm going to trust that voice and elevate. What that means is, hey, we got to call this problem out, and either we fix it or we're done. Right? I refuse to be in this state anymore where we're saying that we're in it together, but I feel it's only a one sided kind of deal. I feel like I'm present, but I'm not here. I feel like I'm present, but I'm not here. And so I don't know if that just has to do with concealing of their son or just where you reached in a state of being done, right? That Four of Swords, you were mighty relaxed for something that's causing absolute heartbreak in this other person. But we come to the conclusion that where things were, that's not sustainable. And we're not doing that. Fair enough. Show positions, reveal positions for Capricorn in this read. Show cards that we need to see, please. Define this read for Cap. What is intricate about this one we're going to read? Indicative of where each individual party stands. Please show. On your side, Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity awaits. We either do this right or we don't do this at all. You ain't budging, you ain't moving, and you got your reasons. On their side, Queen of Pentacles, having to come to acceptance of what this is. And I think on that person's end, to give them, grace and fairness, Capricorn, I thought that things were good. Was it a communication issue? Was it a boundary that I wasn't, working on within myself? Right? They're trying to grow comfortable with where things stand, right? Even as the heartbreak and the pain is happening with whatever rift is happening between you two right now. Whereas you see new opportunity. Hey, I finally was able to voice what I felt I've concealed for so long. And either we fix it or we don't, but either way, I'm cool. That Four of Swords, I still got my hammock. I'm fine. I'm chilling, right? That's where you are on your side, because you could go either way right now. They're very much, wow, I'm really about to lose us. That's just where they are because that's what they're hearing. That's how they analyze it. But I don't think, and this is why I'm saying, to be fair, we're both present, but we're not here. You were not vocalizing what you eventually saw as your highest elevation, saying, you know what, this ain't sustainable. I just got to call it like it is. On their side, while they do love and enjoy and appreciate and want to bring up the good times between you two, they weren't exactly showing the fulfillment of happiness that you felt was necessary to sustain. It's good to have the lovey-dovey feelings, but what do we have beyond that? I don't think either party really vocalized exactly what was going on within. We just kept it safe, and when we kept it safe, we also kept it locked down. Underneath it all, Ten of Pentacles, the Tree of Life. Here, because we're examining a more intimate partner relationship, where are we going? What are we doing with this? Right? This is becoming more and more imperative for you to know as we go on. So, show the space in between. What is the bridging gap between these two energies, these two entities in this read? If we have two people facing towards each other, 1, 2, 1, then we also now have the bridge in between. What is shared? 1, 2, because they're combined, 1. Show us the cards that we need to see, please. For Capricorn in this read, what is shared between them and this other party? Eight of Wands. Okay. So to be fair, we're finally directly communicating. It took us this long. We almost reached our breaking point together to finally say, look, neither of us are entirely happy or telling entire truths. We played it cool for so long, we forgot who we were and why we came together. Cool. I like that. We're being honest. Even if it hurts, we're being honest with each other finally. I would rather have been under different conditions, but hey, we are where we are. Next, Queen of Pentacles. Growing comfortability of maximizing opportunity. But here I see this Queen of Pentacles for you, Capricorn, as what's shared in between is that we're finally revealing all of ourselves here. Good, bad, and otherwise. We're getting comfortable with all dynamics here, not just the pretty butterflies. Next, Empress. Comfortability, the power of creation, the highest evolution of me, and we want what's best for both of us. So this is what that looks like. We gotta start being honest here, even about the unfun parts. Wheel of Fortune. And so when we start to be honest, when we start to tell that truth, even when it hurts, and we start to reveal the vulnerabilities in all these parts of us, things can change with time if we allow them. We just can't be afraid and play everything cool, because not everything was. And I think that's why, again, you're so just relaxed, because you've been so burnt out with whatever's been going on, Cap. And hey, there's a space for honesty here. Underneath it all, Eight of Swords. What do I say about that? The Eight of Swords is always characterized by somebody trapped in an open air cage of swords. Can they climb out? Yes. Will they get cut along the way? Also yes. When we put the truest definition of that card to task, especially in this read, we have to admit that the answers and conclusions that we come to are A, true, and B, very unlikable, because they're not the conclusions that would very much suit a happy and healthy dynamic between us two. No, right now it ain't all cute. It ain't all pretty. And I think that both parties finally vocalizing this is actually what's going to bring it together, for better or for worse, right? We played it safe and then we lost. We were present, but not here. So what does it matter, right? When we're finally honest, what do we get out of that? We get a lot more than we originally anticipated. So define the major arcana strewn across the table for Capricorn in this read. We're first going to look to their Empress in the behind. The behind position for that Empress. What is being concealed on the end of Cap? Show us cards that we need to see, please. Define the Empress in this read. To the Empress, Ace of Wands, because I'm interested not only in what the abstract of us means, but I want to find me again. And right now, I can go either way, but I got to know my truth in this. And that's why we're saying, hey, I'm going to let it all air out. This is why we're coming to this conclusion, Cap. It doesn't always have to be pretty. It just got to be there. On their end, let's look at the sun. What does the sun mean to them? Four of Cups, the notion of a time-based built-in apathy and disappointment. Here, that Four of Cups, again, and I think this also comes from the non-communication factor I'm seeing from both of you, because ain't nobody really talking here, Cap. But for that sun, especially on their end, it's like, oh, we're having a first actual genuine conflict with each other, and now I feel like everything's breaking apart. So I have to just, almost like the fear of confirmation of what they wanted also brings about conflict, right? Again, neither of you are really good at communicating. I just want to be totally honest about that. But on their end, it's almost like they feared saying what was going wrong that they obviously acknowledge here, because that Four of Cups would not be behind the sun. Those are like almost incompatible at this rate. But it signifies they recognize the problems and never vocalized it. Because I'm happy and we're going to keep it that way. Happy, happy, happy. We're present and we're not there. Next, the Empress down the middle. Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity awaits. So when we engage with conflict, instead of running away from it, new things can come in. We just got to believe that it's right for each other. And to that Wheel of Fortune, what changes with time? Nine of Wands, the notion of burnout efforts. Once we're actually able to be honest and put our best and most honest selves forward, we get new results. But until then, things will stay the same. Okay? Resolution, real cards resolution for Capricorn in this read. What's held in the space of resolution for Cap in this read today? What's held in the space of resolution for Capricorn in this read today? Queen of Pentacles. And now we pulled it 1, 2, 3 separate times. We had to accept things as they are, not just the ideal of what we want them to be or what they could be. And here, I think this is the bigger lesson for both parties on the board right now. Let's be totally honest, Cap, of no, we have to say specifically and finitely what is making us dissatisfied in our arrangement. Because being silent and pretending that everything was good ain't getting us anywhere. Interesting, because now I read that as being in the reverse. Normally, the Five of Pentacles, the notion of the conflict of being left behind or poverty and being left out. In the reverse, from poverty to prosperity. Once we acknowledge the problems, we know the tools that we can use to fix them. We don't have to run away from our issues anymore. Underneath it all is Seven of Cups. The notion of possibility. Which way will it go? That's for y'all to decide. So here's what I see in your read today, Cap. Overall, I got two people who, no matter what their dynamic was, weren't really communicating the ever-present problems in their relational dynamic. And more than that, now that we've hit a conflict or a bumpy road, now both parties are kind of airing out their grievances. And one is so deathly afraid of, what change could mean. And you're on the fence of, should I stay or should I go? You both got to talk more. That's blatant, that's blunt, that's obvious. But down the middle, once we actually start to say the things that's been on our mind for a very long time, and once we are able to establish these are the problems we can work on together, because it's not me versus you, and it's not me versus a relationship, it's our relationship versus the problems that we have right now, right? We can start to fix them. The thing is, we have to establish that the problem exists first, because right now, we're two people who are present but are not here. What do we do with that? That's what I got in your read today, Cap. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, honestly, it will set you free. Believe in it. I'll see you around, okay?